Our next question will go to MJ with CNN.
Hi. John, a bunch of weeks ago, the US had put out this Israel Hezbollah ceasefire proposal, which was
Audio cut
very
out.
rejected by the prime minister. Can you just talk to us about
Oh,
generally?
sorry. MJ,
Yeah.
your audio cut out. Would you mind starting again?
Yeah. I said that a bunch of weeks ago, the US had put out this ceasefire proposal, which was publicly rejected by the prime minister. So I wondered if you could talk to us about the timing, assuming that this does come together. Why now? What's different now versus back then when you all, again, first put this proposal out there? And then secondly, Mike Waltz said that he has now met with Jake Sullivan. Can you give us the top lines? Who attended this meeting? What were the issues discussed? The congressman also sort of leaned into this idea that the current and the incoming administrations are working hand in glove as one team. What exactly are you all working on together at this point? Thanks.
Yeah, MJ. So on the first question, the why now is because we are at a certain point in the discussions where, again, we believe that that things are moving in a very positive way. It's not. I mean, your question presupposes that we sort of put an anchor on the calendar and said, well, we got to have it by the before Thanksgiving, and that's not the thinking here. You with all these negotiations, including the ones that we've been trying to get with Hamas, it's try again, keep putting things on the table, keep exploring things, keep moving things back and forth as both sides are presenting their requirements to you, and we are mediating this, and we are where we are today because of a lot of back and forth, a lot of discussions, a lot of work, principally by Amos, of course, and we believe we've reached this point where where we're close. But again, I want to be careful and cautious here in how I characterize it, because until you get everything done, you don't have a deal. So that's kind of where we are. You talked about it being rejected earlier, but there's been back and forth with both sides now for many weeks to get us to this point. On the Waltz meeting, I can confirm that Jake did meet with Congressman Waltz, but I'm not going to get into the private conversation, and I need to really just leave it there. On your second question, or your third question, I guess, on transition, the president has been consistent on this, that he wants to make sure across the administration, and that certainly includes us here in the National Security Council, that we are doing everything that we can to effect a professional and an orderly transition. We continue to urge the incoming team to take the steps that are necessary to be able to facilitate that on their end as well.
Thank you. Our next question will go to Barack with Axios.
Hi, John. Thank you for doing this. Two quick questions. First, on the follow-up on Jake's meeting with Waltz. I was told that one of the issues they discussed is how the current administration and the incoming administration can work together to push for a Gaza hostage deal in the less than 2 months that are left until January 20th. Can you confirm that? And second thing, the U.S. is going to give Israel a letter of assurances, a letter of guarantees, whatever you want to call it, about Israel's freedom of operation in Lebanon if it sees any imminent threats after a ceasefire is reached. Can you say anything about that?
No and no. I'm sorry, Barack, but I really can't be more helpful to you on either one of those ones. The only thing I will say is,
tried.
yeah, you did. It was It was a good effort. Rumors of a letter of guarantees, but we've of course, and to protect their people, and in those efforts, they'll continue to get support from the United States.